Welcome back, everybody. Alrighty, so we just emerged from our shrine. Go ahead and exit stage right there. And we are about to take flight. So where are we going and what are we doing? So the stuff I pointed out before is ultimately where we're going. So there is some goodies here and here. We're going to be hitting those kind of in a linear fashion. And then from there, I missed a treasure chest. Here, we're going to hit that at some point. Actually, it's this one. It's an elevated platform, so yeah, you just need to be able to get up to that. Treasure chest up there, and another korok seed there. Alright, so away we go. Now, you're going to want to stand in the middle of this thing initially, but once you take flight, kind of, turn left, and you do that by walking onto the left of the wing. Pay attention to that mini-map, folks. Your cursor will show you pretty much exactly what you're right over, and then hit that R button as soon as you step off your plane so you can maneuver. And try to land right in that circle somewhere. You'll get your korok seed. If you miss the circle, that's okay. Just make sure you land in some water. You'll be able to kind of climb up this deal and dive and hit it that way. Alright, so there are a couple of stamina ingredients here to be had. Some more fishing to do. I did not get lucky and scoop any fish up on the way, which is okay. There's your mushrooms. From here, we're going to jump down once again, hit that R button so you have some mobility. And you can actually hold the R button down, you'll get down there much quicker. And there's an ascend point here, so I'm actually going to land as close as I can to that landmass without, killing myself. Okay, and the reason I jumped back down here is so I could kind of make my way over to the other side. There is a korok seed right under me. On that speck of land right down there. So to get down there safely, because that is well above fall damage territory, or I should say falling death territory, I'm going to come over here where it's a little bit flatter of a surface. I'm going to chop down a tree. Actually, I'm going to chop down 2 trees just for a little bit more stability. So I'm going to put one right about here. Far enough back to where it's not going to roll off. It's going to stay put. But far enough forward to where our plane's going to be able to take flight. So I'm going to try to get that a little farther forward. Why am I not connecting there? So yeah, right about there ought to be safe. Maybe even a little farther if you can get it. Yeah, this one's really tricky to get to. This is probably the hardest korok seed there is. Just because you have to fly to it. Okay, so again, you want it in a spot it's not going to roll away on you. Right about there. We're going to take out one airplane. We're going to position that bad boy so we have some runway room, so to speak. Don't attach it, just go ahead and B button back out. So that's going to act like a roller system. It's going to give us the ability to take flight here. And in order to do that, we're going to need 2 fans to give us enough power to kind of get out of here, off this little rock. Okay, and try to center mass these guys. So one on each wing somewhere. It doesn't have to be, perfect, any particular spot. But it is going to be important to note you're going to want to kind of stand toward the back of the plane initially. It's like somewhere right around here, just to make sure it doesn't nosedive too steeply and knock you off the front of the plane. Because it is going to nosedive, see? Alright, so once you get, good flight going, go ahead and get yourself turning by standing to one side or another on the wing there. And you'll see you're going to eventually start lining up with this island. Then you can start nosediving. Not too steep, otherwise, again, you're at risk of falling off the plane here. And that's it, folks. Now, that might take some practice, especially if you're new to the game. If that be the case, save your game up there before you take the plane out. That way, if, you know, it doesn't work out or something goes wrong, or you know, get nervous and do something wrong and fall off, you know, you're not wasting a bunch of stuff, you know, lives and Zonai devices and whatever else, so. Alright, so there you have your korok seed. That takes us up to number 16. We need to go to this one. So yeah, there's actually a korok seed like right above our heads right now in a big open hollow tree stump. And we should be able to ascend from here. So this was the shrine. In case you're watching the video before you're actually following along, just remember that. Hit that other shrine there. Alright, and I'll break the map open here in just a second. So this is ultimately where we're trying to get to, this big open hollow tree stump up here. So once you do your ascent, it's just a real quick and easy climb to the top, and of course another treasure chest, which I almost forgot about. Alrighty. Korok seed's pretty straightforward. I think there's some water down here. Yeah, so essentially just get to the lily pad, and it's just like Breath of the Wild style at that point. Alright, so from here, we're going to go grab another airplane, as I mentioned before. Did I just hear... I thought I heard a stall monster. I was going crazy there for a second. I'm like, wait, there's no monsters up here. Alright, so from here, just be careful hopping down. And this time we're going to take flight and go a little bit further. And I'll show you on the map here where we're heading. I don't remember what color... So that's where we're going, my green marker there. So same type of party, folks. Stand right in the center of that thing until it gets good and going. Then you can kind of, you know, just easily and steadily manipulate direction and all that. And again, pay close attention to that mini-map. That mini-map is really going to be what tells you more accurately, because as you can see, there's a disconnect there. I'm looking straight down, but that doesn't aim the same way as what my arrow is telling me I'm right over right now. Alright, so you can, you know, even do a little bit of nose diving here. You don't really have to. As soon as we get over that lake over there, we're going to jump off this bad boy. And since we're kind of going that direction, when he walks off this thing, he's going to kind of go that direction too, so you got to hit that R button as soon as you're off the platform here. Alright, I'm not paying attention here, but I overshot it by quite a bit. Okay, so once you're over water, according to that mini-map, then you're free to kind of speed things up a bit at that point. And you've probably already seen Mr. Treasure Chest sitting there. I don't believe there's any cooking ingredients up here, but I'll do a quick walk around just to make sure. So there's our first piece of large zonite, which we're definitely going to need later on for those crystallized charges I mentioned. I don't see anything really standing out at me, so let's get a move on. Okay, there are a couple of sky shrooms there, so feel free to grab those if you want them. Oh, goody goody. More ice arrows. I will take every single chance I get. Okay, so from here, there is a korok seed out here in the water. Just to kind of get over there a little quicker, I'll avoid having to swim all the way over there. We could have gotten this one before with Ascend, but it's just a little bit more linear to do it this way. Because we got to go back up there anyway. Okay, as anywhere on that upside down pedestal will be fine. Once you emerge, he will appear. Okay, so that should be Croc Seed number 18. Beautiful. Alright folks, so since we're here, we are actually going to go ahead and get off the Great Sky Island. Are you excited? Because I sure am. I was really getting ahead of myself earlier. I've only played this segment, you know, like a gazillion times now, so I am ready. Okay, so we got to do this the exact same way we did before. Kind of rinse, lather, and repeat. And now we will be able to talk to the goddess statue. As you can see, it's already glowing. And guys, I don't even want to talk about how much it pained me when I realized I was not getting a stamina vessel here. Like, sad face emoji. Whoops, I'm not paying attention now. Spamming the buttons. Told you I'm getting antsy. I want to get off this thing. Alright, so yeah, I don't know, I almost quit playing the game at this point. I was like, nope, not happening. Not doing it, not playing. Of course, not seriously, but yeah, I was a little salty for a long time. Or maybe I was a lot salty for a little time. Alright, so now that we've got that out of the way, you can go ahead and you're going to have to hold the button down here. Don't get in a hurry like me and tap the button and then, you know, have to do all that all over again. But essentially, we're going to get off the Great Sky Island, but just for a split second. We're going to jump down when we're going to activate a shrine that's nearby. And then we're going to come right back up here. Excuse me, for another Korok Seed, and that'll give us 19. Just like Breath of the Wild, that Korok Seed is going to spawn in for us the moment our 2 feet touch ground. And it gives us that Kingdom of Hyrule, or Hyrule Kingdom, flash across the screen. Once that happens, you can rest assured your Korok Seed has spawned in. But again, I'm not going to come back right away. I'm going to hit that shrine first. Why? Because this is a really long walk off a really long pier. And I don't want to have to do this all over again later on. So it just makes sense to kind of get that shrine activated down below, so that we are done playing around up here. All we have to do is simply work back down to the ground level. Alright, and luckily I get to skip all this stuff. So now remember, no paraglider, folks. You're going to have to find water down here. And since I cannot access the map down there yet, just, you know, walk off the ledge and hit R so you can get your skydiving mobility going. And I'm not aiming for the great big lake that's directly below me now. I'm actually aiming for this next lake that's ahead of that lake, that smaller one. Oh, and by the way, cool feature, you can actually take out your pin right now. So go ahead and highlight that shrine, just so that when we do get down here, it's going to be kind of obscured from view, and you're not really going to be able to see it. So just go ahead and take the time to pin that bad boy, so when we get down here, we know exactly where we're going. Alright. Now that Korok Seed isn't there yet. Now the Korok Seed is there. Alright, so as soon as you emerge from that lake, congratulations, you have made it to Hyrule. And from here, I'm actually going to deviate just a quick moment. I'm going to actually go all the way off to the side here. There is a little loot spot that I like to hit, just because it's, you know, it's linear, it's on the way. And I thought there was some fire berries here somewhere, or fire fruit, but I'm not seeing it standing out at me. Maybe you have to kill him to get there. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and kill him because there is a plant there I want. Whoops, I missed. You know what? If you're a beginner, this is probably going to be tough on you. so maybe this wasn't a great idea. You know, essentially you're going to start seeing these things elsewhere, and there's plenty of areas for that. So if you want to avoid this little nest, you know, feel free. But since I'm here, I'm just going to kill these guys real fast. I can't hit him right now. But I can hit him. So if you really want to use an ice arrow here, you can. Honestly, they're kind of low threat. I think they take a quarter heart, maybe half a heart or something. They're not terrible. Yeah, I really didn't want to, you know, we're so limited on ice arrows right now, I really didn't want to demonstrate that just yet. I was kind of going back and forth on that in my mind that whole time. I'll show you guys that here soon enough. The moral of the story is when you're using chew jelly, you got to keep a bit of a distance because that is going to kind of explode. And you're at risk of getting caught up in your own ice arrow, so to speak. Alright, so here's the quicker and easier type stuff. And I can actually access the map now, so I will mark that. So from here, just head over toward our pin. There's another korok seed here. I don't know where those fire fruits are. They're around there somewhere. Don't go wandering off too far. There's quite a few bad guys around. Bobkins mostly, maybe a moblin or two. You can either burn those or you can just, you know, swipe them with a weapon there. Okay, so since I don't really have a map yet for right now, there's one more Bobkin here to deal with. And from here you can just go on and make your way over to that pedestal. Now as soon as we activate that, then I'm going to head back up to the Great... I almost said the Great Sky Island. Yeah, that's right. I almost said the Great Plateau. Wow! I told you, man, the games bleed, like... Yeah, it's going to happen a lot, so you might as well just start getting used to it. Welcome to LevelUp Royal's walkthrough of Breath of the Wild, I mean Tears of the Kingdom. Alright, folks, so as you can see, like I said, it's like super close. It really doesn't deviate too ridiculously or anything. Now, since we're up here, I'm going to check this. I want to say there's something up here. That's not the fire fruit I was thinking of, by the way. That was somewhere else. That was over there by that area I was just sitting at. Okay, so there's your korok seed. Some fire fruits. And there's a good jump here, so kind of work your way down to another spot so you don't take a ton of damage. Alright, so again, once we have that travel gate activated, it's time to go back up to the top. Now, if you're not familiar with it, you have to press the up arrow to get back to the sky map. Down arrow is main level, and then one more down arrow, which we don't have yet, is going to be the depths. So just get used to the up and down arrows there. And I don't need that pin anymore. That was that korok seed. Alright, so Great Sky Island. What are we doing? We are going to come back. And what were we going to do back here? Get that korok seed. Room of Awakening. That's what we're looking for. Not only that, I told y'all I missed a little loot spot there a few videos back. I'm kind of curious now if we can get to there with a glider. I think we can. So you know what? I just kind of want to make it a nice happy island and just get it all while we're here. Okay, so go ahead and flip a Yui here. You're going to be finding your korok seed, just like Breath of the Wild. Alright, so we went down, we got 2 korok seeds on the bottom there, the mainland. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out where I'm at here. So yeah, 19 total on the Great Sky Island. We have 21 because the other 2 came from down below. So we can honestly say at this point that we have 100%ed all the korok seeds here on the Great Sky Island. Alright folks, so making our way back toward that outdoor area. Sooner or later I'm going to have to ascend here, so we can get back up to where the gliders are. This should do it. And I probably didn't have to go that far, but I wasn't really sure where I was at either, so... Wow, I might actually have to go back down there. And go back indoors a little ways. Okay, that ought to get us up there. Ooh, that was awful close to the ledge there. I probably ascended too high, but that's okay. You know where we're at now. That's where our koroks and treasure chests were. Alright folks, so once again, I am going to... Really, all I normally would have had to come back for is that koroks, but I really am miffed that I missed that treasure chest. So I'm going to go get it. And we shouldn't need any... Whoop, I shouldn't need any fans here. Simply glide over there. Now, we don't have a water source. So this is where I'm not sure if I can actually hit this thing. I'm going to flip a Yui here as soon as I can, once we get flying, and start nosediving. It might be outside of our reach, though. Yeah, wow, that is really far down there. Okay, this is not going to work. There's no way we're going to make it down there with what we've got. But you know what, since I'm already doing this, you probably already see what I'm doing. I am going to go for the one that does have water. And that one really wasn't linear before, so this is one that I just kind of come back to at some point. Okay, go ahead and hit that R so you have some mobility here. Oh, I might have missed. Ooh, I jumped the gun there. I got lucky. Alrighty, so again, just, you know, this is one you can really come back to any time. Alright, and that guy was right there inside that little ruin. So I'm going to do that, just, you know, to kind of finish up what I should have done earlier. Alright, so exit stage right. And that should put us in a position where we can actually jump down into that water there. Or at least be able to kind of dive over to it. Boy, is it a long way down, too. So much to see from up here. Okay, now wait a minute. I did not miss that spot. We already hit that. I'm just a big giant genius. Or I should have hit that if I didn't. I still saw a chest there, so I'm going to go back up there. This way, if I didn't hit it... Okay, yeah, I did not hit it. So we could have hit this either two ways. We could have kind of gone down to it from being on up top side on that side, you know, where the minecart rail thing ended, or we could actually use these to make a staircase up. Now, we would not have had to ascend at that point, so we absolutely would have had to build that staircase. But now that I have ascend, I can actually get us there a little quicker. There's a ledge there that you can just barely catch. That will get us up there. And I'll show you what I mean by, you know, having already been up there. Where are you at? Where are you at? I don't want to walk off this thing either, so... Might be a little further out than where I'm at. Alright, that ought to do it. There we go. Okay, so yeah, I'll show you what I'm talking about. We could have walked down here easily from right up there. I'm just really miffed that I just completely spaced on this. Alrighty, so there you have it. Now I can honestly say we've gotten everything that, at least that I know of, and nothing that I can think of that I might have missed, other than this spot. And again, I'll just kind of walk you up there just real fast, just to kind of show you how to get down here without having to backtrack and come back to it that way. Definitely want your chew jellies. So yeah, all the way around, this is worthwhile to come get. Okay, so Zonai device, korok seed. Hopefully this is all coming back to you now. That korok seed would have been right over here. I need to go reach my friend. And then that way is our cold weather cave. You can't see it because of the fog. But hopefully that just kind of reorientates you a little bit. Alright, folks, so anyway, that's, you know, like I said, how did I hit this stuff, you know, before we actually got off here? Oh yeah, and then of course there's that famous treasure chest I missed right there, so don't forget it. And I'll just go ahead and stamp the stuff we just gathered. Yeah, I think we're straight. Alright folks, so you know, just on my own, I'm going to take a glider. I'll probably jump into that puddle right there because it happens to be the closest. You can use your ascent to get to that treasure chest. Once that's completed, we're going to go ahead and meet back down here at that shrine we activated earlier on. When we come back, we'll be going to King's Landing, and we'll be getting our paraglider.